Why is it so hard to just be happy? Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe deeply. Let go of everything you're holding on to, everything you think you should be. Ask yourself honestly, why does it sometimes feel like happiness is so far away? Why is it easier to feel pain, worry, and lack than to simply be happy? The truth is, the world has taught you that happiness is something you must pursue. You are programmed to believe that happiness lies somewhere outside of you, in money, success, recognition, relationships, possessions, status. But have you noticed that when you achieve all of that, something new always appears? Another goal, another desire, another hunger, as if happiness is always one step ahead of you. This is no coincidence. This is the system you live in, a system that thrives on your lack, on your constant feeling of not enough. Happiness is never outside of you. It's never in the next purchase, the next like, the next victory. Happiness is your natural state of being. You were born as a child full of joy, play, wonder. Look at a baby. They don't need money to smile, no status to shine. They simply are. So why does it seem so difficult now? Because you've forgotten. You've forgotten who you are beneath layers of conditioning, fear, and expectations. The mind whispers, if I achieve this, I'll be happy. If I lose this, I'll be broken. The mind turns happiness into a conditional game, and you play along. But this game has no end. You feel happiness briefly, but then the mind starts searching again, as if happiness is a drug you need more and more of. But the truth is, happiness isn't a goal, it's being. Happiness feels difficult because you've locked yourself into stories that aren't yours. The stories of your parents, the expectations of society, the norms of culture and religion, the judgments of others that you've internalized. As long as you try to live up to those voices, you'll never find peace. Because those voices will always say, it's not enough. But there's something even deeper. The reason happiness sometimes feels so difficult is because it's so simple, and that scares you. Because if happiness is truly simple, then the whole narrative that your life is only worthwhile if you achieve something falls away. The truth that you can be perfectly happy right now, in this moment, for no reason at all. That truth is so radical that your mind rejects it. Because if you can be happy for no reason, what happens to your entire quest? To your entire identity built on, I must be more, do more, have more. The ego cannot exist in pure happiness. That's why it feels difficult. Not because happiness is difficult, but because your ego fears dying in the light of your true being. So how do you break free? How do you remember that happiness is not a struggle, but your natural essence? 1. Stop chasing. Realize everything you seek is already within you. 2. Be present. Happiness cannot exist in yesterday or tomorrow. It exists only here, now in this moment. 3. Detach from stories. You are not your career, not your status, not your pain. You are the consciousness that perceives everything. 4. Trust life. True happiness comes not from control, but from surrender. Ask yourself, what if I could be happy right now without any reason, without conditions, without proof, without fear of it being taken away again? What if happiness wasn't something you had to hold on to, but something you let flow through you? Because that's the truth. Happiness isn't something you achieve. Happiness is who you are, when you stop trying to be someone else. So the question isn't, why is it so hard to be happy? The real question is, why do I cling to everything that cuts me off from happiness? Do you dare to let go? Do you dare to see through the system that thrives on your lack? Do you dare to see through the ego that fears your true light? Because in that moment of letting go, in that moment of remembering, you feel happiness was never gone. It was always within you. Breathe deeply. Feel your heart. Feel that beneath all the layers of fear, doubt, and stories, a deep, silent joy lives. That is you. You always were. You always will be. So the question, why is it so hard to just be happy, is merely a mirror. The truth is, it's never hard. It's only hard as long as you keep believing that happiness lies outside of you. But now you know better. Now you remember. And now, real life begins.